Time to finish up Volume 2 of Sailor Moon with Chapter 11, Reunion Edmund. In this chapter we start by seeing, I want to see him, now, before I forget his face, his voice. Who's there? Such a warm hand. Could it be Momo-chan? Nope, it's Luna. She goes, Usagi-chan, wake up, it's morning, you'll be late. Usagi goes, Luna, oh, it's just you. She goes, what do you mean, just? That's awful. Not just getting to the good part. Then we see Tuxedo Mask's pocket watch. We see Tuxedo Mask pocket watch. Apparently it's still broken. And we see that Usagi holds Luna and goes, Luna, I'm sorry. I really love you. I'll wake up. She gets dressed, sees the legendary silver crystal, says goodbye to her mom and dad, and is off to school. Then suddenly she trips or falls, or someone trips her. Then from behind she sees what looks like Momo-chan. She's not sure what to think, and then she heads to school. But it is Momo-chan, and we see that he's heading to the game center. And he goes up to the person and goes, do you work here? He goes, yes, can I help you? I have business with this game center. Huh? Oh, you mean you want the job? You're the guy my uncle sent. I'm Moko Fontaine. I'm the son of the building owner, and he's loaning me out a part-time work here. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Are you a college student? Haven't I seen you with Usagi-chan before? I know I've seen your face somewhere. And then he suddenly turns. Suddenly, he uses his powers and suddenly starts to control him. And Momo-chan goes, I'm your good friend, Indo. Nice to meet you. After that, we see the Sailor Guardians holding up that really big sword, and they're about to go head to Amy-chan's house. First they see Mars, and she's looking in. She sees that there's a bad premonition. She's not sure what it is. They head to Amy-chan's house, which is which isn't an apartment, it's a condo, and it's massive. And they see marble floor, and then they actually they bring the sword with them, and apparently they drop it on the marble floor, and it chips. She says, Amy-chan says it's not a big deal, marble, that they always chip, so don't worry about it. In fact, Amy-chan does a test about the hardest, they use the hardest diamond possible, it's a ring, and Sailor V takes it and uses the tip of the sword just to touch it, and it cracks. Amy-chan says, don't worry, their mom has tons of those, so not to worry. So we see that the sword is now more powerful is extremely powerful. But after that, we see that Usagi is sleeping. She's taking a nap, so they carry her back to her house, and she falls asleep, thinking of Momo-chan. She suddenly wakes up and she wants to play the Sailor V game. She heads down to the Crown Center where she sees what looks like Mamoru-chan. But he says he's not, he's a different person. And he is trying to control Usagi, trying to get into her mind. He asked her to show him how to play the game and beat it. And then they realize that someone's trying to hack into the command center. The other Guardians realize that someone's trying to hack in. and they see that it's Usagi's playing with what looks like Mamoru-chan. And so they stop her, and after that, we move on to the next day. Where Usagi-chan, where one of her friends asks if they can walk home together, and she says she can't. She's going to the game center because she thinks she sees him the nerd asks because she thinks it's a new guy. There's a new guy there and stuff. So, anyways, we see that Luna says, "You're going to the game center every day, right? He isn't Mamoru-chan, you know. Usagi-chan, I know all that," she says. She sees him playing. He's playing, getting better. And she goes, and he basically tries to get her to tell her all the secrets about the command center and everything else. And it's very powerful, and she almost does. But she escapes, and they all see Sailor Moon standing there, almost very, kind of a very sad state. So we see that Aramis and Sylvia are trying to wonder about this and how that Tuxedo Mask, that Momo-chan almost got in there. Then we see Sailor Jupiter come back and say, "The two of you are in cahoots. What are you trying to do to Usagi? What are you plotting?" Then Tuxedo Mask uses his power, his control powers, and then we see that Moko-chan suddenly says, "Usagi, I've been waiting for you. You are forbidden to go near him. He's the enemy. He was after the princess from the start." And then she's about to grab the silver crystal when Sylvie does a kick and kicks her onto the floor. Suddenly Mamoru-chan appears, and it's Tuxedo Mask, and Sailor Moon cannot believe it. Everyone transforms except for Sailor Moon. And they can't take down Mamoru-chan. And then a massive blast to Usagi, and suddenly she loses the silver crystal, and he gets his hands on it. Luna tells Sailor Moon to transform. She's in too much of a shock, and so she decides to go ahead and attack Tuxedo Mask and gets thrown into a wall. Sailor Moon snaps out of it. She says, "He is not Tuxedo Mask. Moon, Prism Power, Makeup! Luna, open your eyes." She screams Luna, and her crescent moon on her head starts to light up. So does the silver crystal. They both light up, and she uses the moon healing escalation and heals Sailor Jupiter and Luna. And she says she cannot forgive this false Tuxedo Mask. "If you think you can seduce me with some handsome smile, you're badly mistaken. The only one playing pranks will be punished by me, Sailor Moon. In the name of the moon, I will punish you." And then suddenly she's about to attack when Queen Beryl shows up. She asks who it is, and she says, "I am the Darkness Queen Beryl." And she goes, "No matter how many times I meet you, you're always a bratty little child. Don't you remember my face? It's true, I'm not like I used to be. I'm Princess Beryl, Queen of the Dark Kingdom. Princess Serenity, I believe your true wish is to die at the hand of Prince Edmund." She laughs, and the chapter ends. And that's the end of Volume 2. Good volume, and very nicely done. And we go into the next volume, Volume 3, tomorrow. This is Ashley. So long, I'm out. Good night.